News with a labour market that is severely constrained in opportunities for wage employment. Uganda's youth enrollment in the labour sector remains in balance. According to a survey carried out by the regional manager of the Inter-Church Cooperation, Helen van der Royest, Uganda is naturally positioned to tunnel the unemployed youth to support the agricultural sector development while creating jobs for them. A regional youth in agribusiness meeting has been held in Kampala to chart out strategies of supporting youth in agribusiness sector. Setumba has more on the story.
African continent spends more than $40 billion on importing food items from across the globe. The report by the Inter-Church Cooperation Icco predicts that food importation by the Africans is likely to rise to over $100 billion by the year 2025. This means that Africa is creating jobs for the rest of the world, and yet over 20 million youths stagger with no employment and languishing in abject poverty.
A number of challenges, and one of them is also that not everybody is a business person. And so those ones who are, we need to be able to help them to a higher level so that they can employ other people as well.
The solution to youth unemployment is turning the $40 billion into supporting agriculture back on the African continent. More youth will be encouraged in agribusiness.
With the above in mind, let's now think of Uganda. Uganda has 78% of youths, with agriculture employing over 70% of the Ugandans. There is need to create more employment opportunities and productivity in the sector, especially for the youth.
During a heated debate about the possibilities of more youth entrepreneurs in agribusiness, scholars, civil society, opinion leaders points out the challenges of youth participating in agribusiness.
Another aspect is in policies like taxation and the issues of infrastructure that are limiting electricity. For example, if you are a poultry breeder, if you don't have constant electricity, you lose some of the eggs. And
I think if you're an entrepreneur and you're choosing which sector you're going into, there are few sectors in this country which are more challenging than agriculture. And that is a sector where most people have to go, but it's a very challenging sector.
We are talking about climate change. While there are people who strongly believe that climate change is a reality, a sizable proportion of the people do not believe that climate change does exist.
I was having 150 birds. So I went and got feed from some farm. I came and gave it to my birds. Out of 150, 80 died. I cried.
It is possible for the youth to acquire employment in some of the agriculture enterprises.
When you look at access to finance, if you look at inputs as it were mentioned, if you look at technology, then we don't have appropriate policies from government.
Training institutions, we must be responsive to the reality of young people, which young people are going to face. And I think there are still gaps in the way we name our courses and the reality of the courses and how they are relevant or not relevant.
With agriculture employing over 80% of the Ugandan economy, there is need to create more opportunities and productivity, especially for the youth, if the question of growing unemployment is to be addressed among the youth. Setumba Douglas compiled the story.